Whoa, was Yang and Yang Gang, this is your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. And I was watching an interview with Donald Trump, and he was speaking to the people. He was like, he directing his money straight into the people's hand. You know what I'm saying? Giving $1,000 to every individual. He say, not giving it to the big corporation that's going to put it into the people's hand. And when I heard that, I was like, where did I hear that from? Now, I know y'all know that I'm not politically correct. Y'all can hear it in my voice. Well, I'm just saying, is y'all going to let another old white man steal somebody else's idea and claim it for his own? Well, this video is about which direction will Andrew Yang have the most impact in. Andrew Yang as VP for Joe Biden, or as Andrew Yang as president for 2024? Well, we about to go diving into this. This your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and remember, I do this. One more time? Nah, cut.
On fire, I don't think, ever since then. No, I'm not, that's not a criticism, but like he was just so on it. Like the whole energy was just so, it was all just like, it was synergy, really, you know, between him and the gang.
Whoa, what's good with your YouTube and YouTube busted? Your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. And appreciate you for coming rock with me, like, sharing, and subscribing. And if you have an opinion about the situation that's going on, leave a comment below. I'm gonna read it, because when you comment, our collective minds put together, we bring synergy. This how we starting the video off? Double cup, feel it right. Told Chuck, I feel like every night is all night. Okay, now the introduction is out the way. I know y'all came here to get my opinions about Andrew Yang becoming VP versus Andrew Yang running in 2024. Man, it is ridiculous. Okay, let me start off with some of the problems I think about what Andrew Yang will run across if he try to run for president in the year 2024. First problem is he might run into the Bernie Sanders syndrome. And what I mean by the Bernie Sanders syndrome, the Medicaid for all, they have a different twist on it right now in 2020. But in 2016, he was running on Medicaid for all. And in 2020, now everybody has adopted that plan and tweaked it in some way, form, or fashion. But now Medicaid for all, to be honest with you, is watered down when Bernie Sanders said. And Andrew Yang will come across the same stipulations strictly because of right now in 2020. If y'all look around, everybody is talking about UBI or some type of stimulus program or plan for the American people, not just these big corporations. And now the American people's eyes are open to say, oh, the government is able to do it without Andrew Yang's plan on how to pay for it. Now imagine if you add the concept of how Andrew Yang proposed to pay for it on top of that we can get this every month for the rest of our lives. That's going to be known as a normal. It's going to be like from out of reach, too far, to it actually can happen now. Now with that being said, in 2024, the candidates going to run, they're going to run with the UBI. Now Andrew Yang is just not no one candidate, one policy person candidate, but his flagship was the UBI. Now once that goes across, you have somebody like right now, bring it back into present time, 2020, you have a person like Donald Trump. He comes out during the coronavirus pandemic. Now I will say, I know a lot of people say, you know what, Trump for 2020. If with Joe Biden, they don't even care about, they saying Trump 2020 because he's actually talking about putting money into the American people's hand, exactly what Andrew Yang was saying. I am one of the people that said Andrew Yang dropped out too soon. He never should have dropped out, period, because 2024 is going to be even harder push for him to make it, because they gonna know who he is, the things he stand for. They gonna try to find out some of his weaknesses. They gonna, you know, it's a whole bunch of variables, that numbers that just not gonna add up in 2024. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and switch the gears a little bit to saying VP. And on my personal opinion, you might feel differently about him running in 2024, and if you do feel differently, leave a comment below. But that's just one of the main reasons I feel like 2024 is a dead issue. It's simply because the UBI, his flagship, is going to be not obsolete. It's going to be a normal policy that everybody just going to take and do. It's going to be like I said, going to have the Bernie syndrome. So with that, let's go ahead and go to the VP. Now with him becoming VP, the way I can see this occurring is, let's say right now in a race, Donald Trump, he's saying basically the UBI, and if he come up and he say he have a policy and he's a businessman, he figured out how to pay everybody $1,000 a month, he's gonna win hands down. Now, another thing is Joe Biden can't throw dirt with Donald Trump because Trump is the winner now. Trump is not gonna throw dirt at Joe Biden. Everybody's preparing for Trump to just be mudslinging at Joe Biden. No, Trump is gonna actually say, you see how they attacking me, because Joe Biden is preparing to throw dirt at each other with him, and Trump just gonna play the victim. And on top of that, he gonna say what they not letting him do to try to help the American people. Easy victory. And to be honest with you, if Trump go by that game plan, I would be considered going over being a Trump supporter, not as much, but the things that he doing for the American people. I'm in the camp where I can agree to disagree, and I can agree with some things that a person say without having to believe in everything a person has to say, and be able to disagree with a person has to say without having to disagree with everything a person have to say. Well, back to me talking about the VP. Now, with Joe Biden, he gonna have a hard fight because he can't beat Trump at his own game, and then Trump don't even have to play the game to beat him. On top of that, Biden is not doing well with Bernie Sanders supporters. He's not doing well with the youth. Now, the only way I can see that if he come out and say, you know what, I would like to say Andrew Yang as my VP. You know, you're gonna have the conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And what Joe Biden would have to do is actually take Andrew Yang's policies, because Joe Biden, be honest with you, nobody cared about none of your policies. Nobody cared about nothing you have to say. You were just a figure face to say, oh, he's a person that looks like he could be able to beat Trump, that everybody know that they getting behind. To be honest with you, you is far from the best candidate. Trump will eat you alive. So now what we need is somebody that can actually go against Trump. And the Trump, like he said it himself, the Trump weakness is the opposite of Trump is Asian man and like male. And the only way that this could happen is for your VP to be Andrew Yang, and not just the VP. He got to actually almost be the president. And if you want an actual opportunity, you have to put Andrew Yang in a position where he's the VP, but his role in VP is almost as equivalent as the president when people see him and his policies is coming about. Therefore, that's the only way you will get the young vote. Now, that's why I was saying VP versus 2024. And if you feel the same or if you feel differently, please put a comment below, let me know. And if you feel like and you're on board with me and you want to get this message out to them, share this, get it out there, tell people to come check me out. We could drop some more Yang Gang videos and stuff. A lot of the things that I was predicting, I was saying from the beginning of Yang Gang, which I was one of the original members that's been around, the things that I was saying, some people overlook it, some people didn't recognize it, but a lot of people take credit for it. So I understand when you come up with ideas or you have some policies and you're not trying to take credit for it, but when somebody just comes and takes what you you bring to the floor table and they claim it for themselves and they own, and the only reason why it's actually at the floor table is because of you. Not saying you the creator, but you the only reason why this is a topic. You as the person that brought it to the attention, and somebody else just say, hey, let me get that and take the credit for it. I understand. I feel that right here on YouTube. But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because I still enjoy and have fun doing this here, regardless of the situation. So like, share, subscribe. We're going to drop some more Yang Gang videos. And I got a Gambit video I'm going to try to put up. It's about what I, you know what I'm saying, because he's one of my favorite characters. So I'm going to try to put a little time into it. So even if you're not a big Marvel fan, I appreciate it. When I do put it out there, I'm going to let y'all know soon. You know, just check it out and see what y'all think. You hear me? Well, this your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm about this thing. Peace.